Good evening. Welcome to Music Minute at Epiphany Lutheran Church in Richmond, Virginia. I'm Kevin Barger, the Director of Music Ministries here, and we look forward to this time each week to take a moment to relax and unwind and hear a little bit about our hymns for tomorrow. So tomorrow we have a new hymn for us. For those who don't know, I actually keep track in my hymnal of when we sing hymns, and this one had no date until tomorrow. So it's the first time that we've done it. It's called Praise, Praise, You Are My Rock. It was written in 1999. And what's really neat about this is in the words that you'll see, it leads from the praise of God to teasing out aspects of God being that rock that we rely on. So what you'll see here in this tomorrow when you sing online would be strong defense against ills, the stone rolled away, and the cloud with no rock at all. So those are some imageries that you'll see tomorrow. This hymn was written by Rusty Edwards, and it has a little bit of an interesting background to the tune name, which is Zachary Woods Rock. And what that ends up being is apparently when he was trying to come up with the tune to go with this and so forth, they had friends over for dinner, and in the process of backing out of the driveway, a friend of theirs backed into a big boulder at the bottom of the driveway. So in sort of recognition, commemoration of that, or whatever, they lived on Zachary Woods Drive. So Zachary Woods Rock became the tune name for this. It sounds like this, so you get a chance to learn it for tomorrow. So, not too bad, and hopefully you'll enjoy getting to learn it afar from each other, so that one day when we're back together, we can sing it and say, hey, I think I've heard this. So here is Praise, Praise, You Are My Rock. So that's sort of a fun song to do, and it uses a lot of the keyboard, and it's sort of fortuitous that we actually got to do this tonight because the piano was tuned this week, so it's wonderful to hear it in all its very freshly tuned sounds. All right, we're going to move over to the organ. And we're going to go to our sending hymn tomorrow, which is Almighty God, Your Word is Cast. And this, in juxtaposition to the 1999 one that we just heard, this was probably, its roots were back in about 1599. So just a few centuries away. The hymn actually comes from the parable of the sower, so see if you find that in the words tomorrow when you hear it. And it's an English psalm tune that is believed to have been first used around the time that we saw it. It has, of course, other words that are put to the same tune, etc., etc. We've heard so many times these weeks as we've gone through this. So this variation on the organ makes good use of the scale tones. So you'll hear lots of scale patterns that go on, as well as a driving force from the pedal that just sort of keeps reminding you how that word is cast, Almighty God, its strength and power and fortitude. And last but not least today would be our gathering hymn tomorrow, which is Eternal Father, Strong to Save. The tune is Melita, and many of you probably know this is the Navy hymn. And this was written not in 1599 or 1999, around 1860, and it was actually written for one of the composer's students who was about to sail to America. And it's been allied over the years to the state, probably almost just as much, if not more, than the church. And it's actually inscribed over the chancel of the Naval Academy in Annapolis. And it was also used, I don't know if there's any other hymn that we can say this for sure, but it was used for the funerals of FDR and JFK. The tune was written for these words, so words were written first and then the tune followed. And Melita is actually the ancient name for an island now known as Malta. And so that's actually where Paul was reportedly shipwrecked and found safety. So there's a lot of connections there that you may not have known. This variation on the organ is a suite, so there are three pieces to it. There's an introduction and fanfare, there's a meditation in the middle, and then a pretty big ending which will just make you feel like you're riding the seas. enjoyed that. Very different treatments throughout, and but a lot of fun to play. So thank you for joining us this evening, and if you are coming to in-person worship tomorrow, that's at 10 o'clock. Remember, there's one service, and we do still have spots available for that. You can go sign up for that if you'd like to come tomorrow. Online worship will occur at 10:30 here on Facebook as well as YouTube channels. There is no coffee hour donut Zoom tomorrow, so don't be looking for that. We'll look forward to seeing you next week.